head, but lay back and have one of your blocks handy. Beautiful. So just lay back. Lengthen your spine. You can reach your arms up over your head. So just take one long stretch. So point your toes, hold your hands up over your top of your head. Stretch out your body, kind of push one foot and then the other closer to the TV. So you lengthen through, alternating. So just reaching your legs, and then let your hands come back alongside your body. Let your feet fall out. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, let it go. Again, deep breath in. You can close your eyes. And as you exhale, just feel your legs being held by the ground. One more long breath here, inhaling through your nose. And as you exhale, feel your upper back supported by the floor. So today's session, we're going to do a lot with balance and strengthening our balance and coming back to your core and your eyes. So how you see and your core strength. So take one hand or both hands onto your belly and let your belly just kind of rise and fall with each breath. And asking yourself what intention you'd like to set besides just improving your balance, but any other intentions that you'd like to bring into this yoga session. And then repeat that intention, those words, that phrase, that mantra as you breathe. Good. All right, place your hands on your hips and then bend your knees. So hold your hands on your hips like you're posing almost. Bend your knees, plant your feet into the ground, and then lift your hips up, keeping your hands on your hips. Lift your hips up, pointing your knees, tracking over your toes. So they're going to naturally want to splay out probably, and try to keep them tracking over your toes, lifting those hips. And then maybe drawing your thumbs a little more behind your back so that your hands are on your hips, but maybe the thumbs are kind of touching your lower back area. And then slowly release, coming back down. Bringing your back down to the floor, pull your knees in towards your chest. We're going to do both of those again. So pull those knees in. And then release your feet back out. We're going to do it again. Push down through the floor with your heels, especially lift your hips up. This time your arms can stay down on the ground, pushing your arms onto the yoga mat underneath, and really bringing the hips. As you exhale, bring your hips down, and then pull your knees in towards your shoulders this time. So not just knees to chest, but knees closer towards the shoulders. Good. Excellent. One more time. Ground your feet down, push your heels into the ground, lift your hips up. This time, interlace your fingers underneath your back, push down through your arms onto the floor. You could even tuck the shoulders under a little bit. Wiggle your toes. Give your toes a little wiggle. Good. And release. Release your hands. Bring your back down to the floor and come into a happy baby. So we usually end with this, but today we're kind of getting into it beginning. Pulling your knees in, towards your armpits, rock a little left and right. Beautiful. Come back to that intention that you set. Good. And then release that left foot down to the floor. Keep your right leg up and hold on to the back of your right leg. So gently pull the back of your leg, toes pointed to the space above your head. One more breath here. And release, let it go. Let that right foot go. Left leg comes up, holding the back of your left leg. Push down through your right foot. one more here. And release, let it go. Plant your feet on the floor, keep those knees bent, and splay open your knees. So a little bit of an open butterfly pose here. So let your knees flap out and then just let them hang there. You can kind of push your feet together, so it's going to create that stretch in the hips. So just push the feet, the bottoms of the feet together. Push, 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 and then relax. And then again, push your feet together. And relax. Keeping the feet still touching, but they're not pushing. And one more, pushing the feet, feel your toes touching each other. That connection, circuitry in your body. And relax. Place your hands on your hips, pull your legs close together, pull your knees into your chest and make circles here. So now massaging your lower back. So making circles going in one direction and then the other. Good. All right, keep those knees up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your shoulders off the floor. So interlace those hands, pull. Yep, and now we're gonna do those yogi bicycles. Reaching your opposite elbow, nice, all right, and extend the opposite leg out as you make connection towards the elbow and the knee. So it doesn't need to touch, obviously, but it can come towards it. And tell me when your core starts to heat up. Keep that lower back. Yeah, you feel it? Okay, now we'll start counting. 10, again, 9, 8. Extending that opposite leg out as straight as you can make it. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And release your feet on the floor. Let your head come back to the mat. You can let your legs be out. You can let your legs actually just come out and give them a little shake. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to bend the knees. Hold on to the back of your legs, and we're going to rock up. And so come down and then come up. Yeah. Just one more time. Good. And then come up. All right. Good. All right. And let your legs come out. Pulling your butt muscles kind of up away from your sits bones, lengthening through your spine. And you can take your block, creating an L shape with your hands, and then slide the block forward, pointing your toes up towards the ceiling, letting your upper body come down, let your head relax. Keeping your legs active here, so the toes stay pointing up, breathing in through your nose. As you exhale, relax the shoulder blades. One more push. You can push the block maybe an inch or a quarter of an inch out. Good. And then leave the block. Actually, you can pull the block out, walk your hands back, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring that block over to behind you, like to the right by your hip. Reach that left arm up and over. And you can kind of lean on that block on a height that feels supportive. So you can make it as high or as low as it feels like it enables you to stretch through that left side of your body. Good. And release. Twist. Sweep that hand behind. Take your right hand onto your leg. Twist, looking over towards the left side. Good. And release. Come back to the center. Take that block, move it over to the left side. Let your arm rest on that block. Reach your right arm up and over. Reaching the arm slightly back, so I'm still lengthening through. Ground down through that right hip. And release. Good. Pull your knees back together. I'm going to take that block and lift your legs up. So you're gonna use your core and place it onto your shins. So you can kind of have one hand down and then, yeah, there you go. So you're gonna place it on your shins, place your hands on the floor, squeeze your legs together enough that your core engages, and then straighten the legs a little bit. They don't have to go all the way straight, but you're gonna straighten them a little bit and then pull the knees back in. Good. Letting your fingers relax. Notice if your hands get grippy. Good, coming, there you go. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Good, and then just hold there. You can have the legs bent or straight, whatever feels a little bit better for your body. And release. Like I said, we wanted to get these core moving. All right, let your left leg be out. Right hand and on your right knee and your foot. Just rock a little here. Make circles with your foot. Good. Reverse. Good. And release. Other side. Gently, keep the knee bent as openly as necessary. Good. And then release. All right, grab a pillow or a blanket from the couch so you can put it under your knees, because we're going to come to a tabletop position, but I want you to feel your knees to be supportive, or like your knees to not be. All right, perfect. So you're gonna bring your hands to be underneath your shoulders and make circles with your hips. And then come back to the center, reverse direction. Good, and then come back to the center. And extend your right leg and your left arm. So extending your right leg and your left arm. Core engaged. And then tap your knee down to the floor again, or hit the blanket, and extend it back out. So tap the right knee down and then extend it back out. And the elbow comes in and then also extends back out as soon as your leg does. Good. 3 more here. Extend it and tap it in. Extend it and in. 1 more. Good. And release. Let your elbows come down to the floor. Come into like a child's pose. You can separate your knees a little bit. Relax your wrists here. Let your head come down. You can stack your fists. Let your head drop onto your fists. Roll your head a little left and right. And then let your head be heavy while you just hear your breath coming in and out through your nose. Coming back to the intention you set. One more here. Good. And then release. Come back up. Place your hands back onto the mat. Get a little cat-cow here. So round your spine. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Exhale. Then inhale. Drop your chest or drop your belly. Look up. Lift your tail. Exhale. Pull it back. Inhale. Then exhale. Inhale, deep breath in. Lift your chest, lift your tail, and exhale, contract. Good. And returning back to that neutral spine. Now we're going to extend that left leg out, left leg back. Reach your right arm forward. Push down through your left hand so you engage your core, lifting up a little bit so you feel it in your back, and then tap the knee down to come back down to the floor and extend it out. And bring it in. Good. Getting that balance. Extend and contract. 3 more. Good. And release. Now, can you tuck your toes? So tuck your toes under behind you. We're just going to stretch the toes a little bit here, pushing the, and you can begin to almost lift your knees up off the ground. You don't need to, but just kind of engage your toes enough, or engage those legs enough that your toes are feeling that stretch. Good. And release. All right. Remove the blanket or the pillow. Take one foot and the other. We're going to come to stand and hang over your legs. Push down through your feet and slowly uncurl your spine, coming up to a standing position. Good. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Again, shoulders come up, back and down. Sweep your left hand behind your back. Reach it all the way over to your right hip. So you kind of reach it back. Take your hand, pull it a little bit, and then let your left ear come towards your left shoulder. Good. And then come back to the center. Sweep your right hand behind, pulling that hand a little bit. Let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. Good, and then release. Sweep your arms out in front, so you're going to swing your arms crisscross. Good. 3 more here. Good, and then reach up, inhale, and exhale, swing the arms down. So inhale, lift, exhale, bring it down. Good, 3 more. Excellent. And release, come back to the center. Now, I want you to bring your toes together, your legs together, and just stand here, lengthen through your spine. Take a breath in. As you exhale, relax your shoulders. And then see if you can stay like this, but closing your eyes. It's a little harder to balance, even though we're used to standing up. Can you feel your chest area? And then if you can think of anyone or something that you're grateful for. And let that also provide the strength to stay upright. Good. All right, and then open your eyes, separating your feet. And now we're going to walk, we're going to be on our tippy toes. So come on your tippy toes, so lift your heels up. And I want you to just walk to the top of your mat on your tippy toes. So try to keep those heels lifted. Good. And then let your feet come down and walk backwards. Regular, just walk backwards regular. Good. And then again, lift up on your heels. So tippy toes as if you're walking with stilettos. And then tiptoe all the way to the front of the mat and stay on the heel, or stay on your toes, Stay on your toes and see if you can walk back on your tippy toes, engaging your core. Good. All right, and then release your heels back down. Beautiful. Now come to walk on your heels. So flexing your foot up, can you walk on your heels? Good. And then let your feet rest for a moment. And then we're going to come back on your heels too. So stay on your heels and walk back. All right, and then come forward. We're gonna do it again, there and back one more time. Engaging the core, and then coming back on your heels. Excellent. And then let your feet relax. Tuck your left toes under, so tuck the top of your toenails on the floor, pushing down, stretching your ankle here. All right, wiggle that foot. All right, other side. Tucking your right toes, toenails on top. And then wiggling your toes, wiggling your foot. All right, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Beautiful. Let's come to a tree pose. So bend your right leg. Excellent. You can bring your palms together, reaching them up overhead. And here, you can also play with closing your eyes. Feeling that gratitude in your heart. You can also reach your arms out, open, like you're a tree, extending your branches out and open. Release your hands back to your heart. Keep that leg up. Now drive the knee up. We're going to lift the knee up in front of us. So bending the left knee, lifting that leg up. Push down through your right leg. Tuck the tailbone in a little bit so you engage your core. Good. Holding here. You can also take one hand on that knee. So take that left hand on your left knee. Yep. To kind of stabilize. You can take that right hand on your core or your heart. That's perfect. And then maybe even bringing that knee out to the side. Nice. And really shake out the legs. Yeah. All right, let's do tree pose on the other side. Activate that left leg. Come back to your intention. Slide that right foot up. Draw the knee out to the side. You can extend your arms up over your head. You can reach your arms out wide, so stretching into your shoulders. You're opening your heart up like that victory pose. This is across the world. People open their arms like this when they cross that finish line. It's biological to hold your body like this when you've won. So feel it like now you already have. Thinking of all the things that you already have in your life that you've always ever wanted. And then release. All right, one more thing here. I forgot. Bring this leg up. So you're going to bend that right knee. You can hold your left hand onto your belly or your chest, and that right hand comes to your knee, holding that leg up, and finding that one point to focus on. Good. And really shake it out. And let's do one warrior reverse sequence here. Step your right foot forward, left foot back, and open up into a warrior two. So just bending that right knee, reaching out through your arms. And then sweep your left hand behind your back. Reach the right arm up to reverse. Good. And then reach it forward. So reach that right arm forward. Keep that left hand behind. And then drop that arm down so you come into a triangle pose with that left hand still behind your back. So turning your gaze up towards the ceiling, keeping that twist of that left arm back so you stretch that in your shoulder. Opening through your right shoulder or your left shoulder. Good. And release. Come back, release your hands, turn and face the top of your mat. Step both feet together, release your hands by your side. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold it down. And then inhale, uncurl your spine, come all the way up to stand. Good. Left foot forward, right foot back, coming into a warrior two on this side. Bending your left knee. Relax the tops of your shoulder. And sweep your right hand behind to your lower back. Good. Reach that left arm back. One more breath here, coming back to the intention you set. Good. And release that left hand out. Now reach that left hand towards the front and drop that left hand down, keeping your right hand behind. Use that resistance against that leg on that left side to turn, drawing your right shoulder back, looking up towards the ceiling. Chin comes to be more in alignment with your shoulder than your chest. And release. Release your hands, turn and face, lift your back heel, so turn and face the front, bring your feet together, release your hands, inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bend your knees and come down to do a squat here. So just hold here in a squat, weight on your heels, and then we're just gonna do a little pulses here. So one final thing to activate those legs, the glutes. Working those muscles around your knee joints. 1, 3, 4, 5. Tell me when it starts to heat up. Okay, cool. Now we count, relax the tops of your shoulders. Reach those arms up. Keep bouncing. A little baby bounce. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, make your way back down to the floor. And you can have your block handy. So you can have block handy because we're gonna put that underneath your back. All right, so lay back. Good. Take a breath in and let it go. And then bend your knees, push your hips up and bring the block underneath your lower back. And adjust it so that you feel that stretch in your back. So you can either elevate it a level or let your legs be straight, or both. And we'll stay here for a couple minutes. So allow yourself to just kind of settle into this. You can even roll your head left and right, so feeling into that your neck. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears, so notice if they're scrunched up. And that tension can just let go. Rocking your head left and right. And letting your head be steady. And already lower the block so it's on the lowest setting and it's underneath your lower back, but a little bit under your butt so it's supportive. And then we're going to come out of it by extending our legs up towards the ceiling. So an inversion with your legs up high. Relax your shoulders. We're going to stay here for about 10 breaths or so. And then bending your knees, bringing your feet down to the floor. You can lift your hips up, remove the block, slowly letting your back down to the floor. And once you get there, you can bend the knees and pull the knees into your chest. Good. Dropping your right foot down, left leg crosses over for a supine twist. Dropping the knees over towards the right side. Let your left shoulder relax on the ground. You could turn your gaze towards the left side. And use your right hand to sort of pull on that left leg a little bit. Good, and release. Come back to the center. And then rocking over towards the other side. Drop your knees over to the left side. Relax your right arm out. Good, and release. Coming back to the center, you can do a happy baby or any other postures that feel good on your back, on your body, before coming into Shavasana. And then creating that like starfish with your body. Take up as much space as you want. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your body just melt into the floor. Follow your breath as it comes in and goes out. And then reconnecting your mind to your intention that you set. Seeing yourself move through your day with that intention infused in your words, your actions, your experience. And you could reach your arms up overhead, stretching your arms, your legs, and then bending your knees, pulling your knees in, giving yourself a squeeze. Rocking yourself to the side and then making your way up to a seated position, lengthening through your spine. Take a deep breath in. And blow it all out. Bring your palms together. Bowing your head slightly, connecting your mind and your heart and your body. Namaste.